guys, today I've got a great tutorial for you on Trust Nobody by Shiloh. Now there's many Shiloh songs that I've taught before that you can check out at the end of this video, but this is a really great one. There's only 3 chords you need to know, and there's a nice little tapping rhythm as you've already seen in the intro, so stick around for that one. It's a lot of fun to learn, and it's really nice to start to learn some tapping on the guitar if you haven't become familiar with that already. So the chords that we need to know, firstly we're in standard tuning, so we've got E, A, D, G, B, E, and the chords we need to know are a G sharp minor 9, so we've got our 11th fret on the 5th string, 9th fret on the 4th, 11th fret on the 3rd and 2nd. So you can already hear that sort of classic Shiloh chord that we've played in many other songs. And you're just playing from the 5th to the 2nd string, so you don't need to worry about the 6th or 1st strings. They're just muted. We're just plucking those 4 strings together throughout the song. Now our next chord we need to know is a D flat 13. It's a bit of a weird one. We're barring on the 9th fret here. We're adding our middle finger to the 10th fret there of the 3rd string, and then ring finger down there on the 11th fret of the 2nd string. So you should hear. So that's 6, 4, 3, 2. So this time we're not playing the 5th or 1st string, and playing that together is a D flat 13. So we've got our G sharp minor 9, our D flat 13, and then we've got an E major 7 variation. Down here it's just 3 strings from the 5th to the 3rd string. So we're going to go on the 5th string, the 7th fret, 9th fret of the 4th string, 8th fret of the 3rd string. So 5th string, 4th string, 3rd string. Together it should sound like that. And by the way, I've just started a Discord community that I'd love for you to join. We'll be hanging out in there, playing plenty of guitar and even some challenges as well that I'd love for you to join me on. It's going to be a lot of fun, so come join me over there. You can find a link below in the description. So let's recap those chords one more time. G sharp minor 9, D flat 13, and then your E major 7. Alright, let me show you the timing of it. It's a little bit complex to get your head around at first, but it's really worth it, okay? So the other thing to work out just before we get into the timing is I'm going to use a tap and I'm going to use a slap during our song today. Okay, so when we're tapping, to make it sound like the original recording, what we're going to do is try and just use our knuckle to just give our guitar a light tap. You don't need to hit it hard, just to get that wooden knocking sound. And then we've got a slap. Now there's 2 different types of slaps in this song. There's one where we just hit the 6th string, and if you hit it and take your hand off, it's actually going to ring out. So what you want to do is hit it and mute it, okay? So we should just hear that slap, but you shouldn't hear any note. Okay, so you're just muting that string as you slap. Now our other type of slap is across all of the strings. It sounds exactly the same. Now the reason that we're doing this is one of the chords we're going to let some of the strings ring out while we still slap. Okay, so just to recap, we've got our 3 chords. We've got our tap and we've got our slap. All right, so as we go through I'll be teaching those, so make sure you've got the hang of that first. So let's go for our G sharp minor 9, 5th to the 2nd string. Okay, so the timing will be 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 3rd beat, we're going to slap all of the strings. Okay, you can do it with a few different techniques, but I find it's easy if my hand's already in that shape, just to mute all of them like that. And I'm not going to risk any notes playing out. Okay, so G sharp minor 9, 1, 2, 3, 4. Then we're going to go onto our D flat 13. Same timing there, so it'll be 1, 2, 3, 4. So on the 3rd beat, we're slapping again all of the strings, not letting them ring out. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. So you might want to try that with me now. So 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And a bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And then we're going to go down to our E major 7. And here's the hardest part of it, okay? So there's 2 bars on this E major 7. Okay, so you can hear how those notes are still ringing out even though I've slapped, which is where our two different variations of the slaps play in. We're just hitting that 6th string, so we let the 5th, 4th, and 3rd strings ring out. So if I play those strings, you should be able to slap that 6th string and still hear those strings ringing out. Okay, so what's going to happen as we play this first bar is we're going to go on the first beat, 1, 2, and then on the and after 2, so it should be 1 and 2 and then we're using our knuckle there to tap there, so 1 and 2 and there we're slapping that 6th string on the 3rd beat. Okay, so if I left out that tap, it would just be 1 and 2 and 3, just like the other bars, but we're adding in a tap. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's do that again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, so the second bar is actually a little bit trickier. So 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let me do that slowly again. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So for the ands, the 4 and 1 and 2 and, all of those, we're going to do a tap. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So we're just slapping on the 3rd beat of both of those bars, and the second time we slap, so the second bar, we can just slap all of the strings. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3, and you should still hear those ringing out, and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So let's try and play that together. I know it's hard to get your head around, but it's really worth putting in the time to work out this rhythm, because doing this rhythm training is really going to help you to improve as a guitarist so you can get your timing right and get your ear in. So let's go slowly. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. Okay, and a little bit faster. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. And then we'll go straight back to the start of that riff, okay? So let's play it together slowly from our G sharp minor 9 to our D flat 13 to our E major 7. Okay, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and a little bit faster, and you can play that back if you need to keep on practicing in that first tempo. Now let's go a little bit faster. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Just like that. Now after that first time we play those 3 chords together, the 4-bar pattern, we're actually going to add in another tap, just to make it a little bit more confusing for you, but it does add to the funk of the rhythm so that you're not just playing a simple slap on the first 2 chords, you're adding in a tap. So it's going to sound like this. Okay, and then back to our normal E major 7. So the only difference there is we're going the same as the 3rd bar when we start our E major 7, where we go, where we're doing that tap before the slap. So it'll be 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then on the first beat, 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. So on that 1 and 2 and 3, we're tapping and then slapping there. Okay, so 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and then keep on doing it with your E major 7 as you have been. Let's play it through the second time. So this is the first time just with the slap, second time, and then following on after that will be with the tap as well. So let's play it through slowly and then fast one more time, and then you should be ready to go and play along with the song. So 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, and one last time. 1, 2, 3, 4. just like that. Okay, so I hope you've enjoyed that tutorial. That was Trust Nobody by Shiloh, and if you want to learn other Shiloh songs, you can check them out there.